I get it every time you scroll through a sea of massage tables. The pictures look sleek, the descriptions promise clinic-grade comfort, and then the moment you actually get one, you're wrestling with a wobble, a clunky lift, or a surface that feels more plastic than professional. That gap between the glossy listing and the real-world experience is what makes me hit pause before I click add to cart. If you're tired of that disappointment, stick around because I'm breaking down the EarthLite Ellora electric lift massage table so you can decide whether it's the safe bet or just another pretty picture. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the kind of studio or home setup where a table like this actually matters. I've spoken to a handful of independent massage therapists who run a single-room practice out of a converted loft, and they all agree that moving a heavy piece of equipment around is a daily headache. The Ellora's heavy-duty steel frame and lockable wheels are designed for exactly that scenario. When you roll it out onto a hardwood floor, the wheels glide smoothly, and once you lock them, the table stays put even when a client shifts around during a deep tissue session. That stability isn't just a nice-to-have, it prevents the subtle rocking that can throw off a therapist's posture and, over time, cause back strain. The electric lift mechanism is the headline feature, but the Ellora pairs that with a manual tilt adjustment. In practice, that means you can raise the entire surface with a button, then fine-tune the angle using the manual lever without fighting the motor. For a practitioner who works with clients of varying mobility, think an elderly client who needs the table higher to get on, versus a yoga-inspired therapist who prefers a lower angle for floor-based stretches. The dual system saves a lot of time. I watched a video of a therapist using the lift for a quick client turnover. The whole raise and lower cycle took about 6 seconds, and the manual tilt added another few seconds for precise positioning. In a busy clinic, that efficiency translates directly into more appointments per day. Now, who should actually consider buying the Ellora? If you're a licensed therapist who needs an ADA-compliant surface, the table checks that box. The 32-inch width meets the minimum width required for wheelchair access, and the rounded corners eliminate the sharp edges that could snag a wheelchair or cause a client to catch a limb. Those details matter if you're billing insurance or working in a facility that mandates accessibility standards. Also, if you already have a dedicated treatment room and you value a table that can be moved for cleaning or reconfiguring the space, the built-in wheels are a real convenience. On the flip side, if you're a hobbyist who just wants a portable massage pad for occasional home use, the Ellora might feel over-engineered. Its 73-inch length and 32-inch width make it a solid, stable platform, but that also means it's bulkier than the fold-up models you can tuck behind a sofa. The weight of the steel frame adds up, so even with wheels, you'll need a clear path for transport. If you're planning to take it to a client's house or a pop-up wellness fair, you'll likely need a dolly or a second set of hands, which adds hidden cost and logistics. Let's dig into the practical strengths that show up after you've unpacked the box. The first thing I noticed when the table arrived was the level of finish on the steel frame. EarthLite has gone for a matte black coating that resists fingerprints and looks professional even after repeated cleaning. The surface itself is covered in a high-density foam cushion topped with a vinyl that's both water-resistant and easy to wipe down. In a clinic where you're dealing with sweat, oils, and occasional spills, that surface holds up without the sticky feel you get on cheaper polyurethane covers. Another strength is the ease of maintenance. The wheels lock into place with a simple lever, and because the frame is all steel, you can wipe away any dust or debris without worrying about rust. The manual tilt lever is positioned where you can reach it while standing at the head of the table, so you don't have to awkwardly lean over the patient to make adjustments. That little ergonomic detail reduces strain on the therapist's shoulders during long sessions. Every product has its trade-offs, and the Ellora is no exception. The electric lift uses a motor that draws a modest amount of power, but you'll need to keep the unit plugged in at all times. Some users have reported that the power cord can be a tripping hazard if the outlet is positioned behind the table. The workaround is to route the cord through the built-in cable management channel on the side, but that does require a bit of forethought when you're arranging your room. Also, while the lift is smooth, it isn't the fastest on the market. If you're used to a table that rockets up in under 3 seconds, you'll notice the Ellora's more measured pace.